Many thanks indeed for staying with us here on the program. Mr. Sheye Oyeleye is the chairman, Development Agenda for Western Nigeria. He joins us virtually now from the ancient city of Ibadan. Thank you indeed for agreeing to talk to us. It's great to see you again. Geographically, Oyo State boundaries Kwara State, and there have been reports of some sort of attacks as well, kidnap activities in Oyo State as well. Speak to that and speak to just how essential this meeting is, because it's beginning to sound to me like a tradition more than, you know, something that would yield results. Yes, Amoteco was founded or was formed as a result of these particular meetings. But again, I get to see that these governors somehow get to play some sort of politics with the issues agreed at your dawn meeting. I remember in 2019, I covered one of your meetings in Ibadan as well. Some of the resolutions there, I've not seen some of them many years down the line.
Well, thank you. Good morning. I think I missed the early parts of the question because the volume was a bit low. But if I guessed right, you're trying to say hope that the resolutions from this meeting will not just be mere rhetorics. Well, the governors came together in Ibadan, as you rightly said, on Monday, as a result of the rising insecurity. And what the governors decided to do is to be proactive. One might, someone was asking me yesterday that, is it that they heard that something is about to happen and that's why they came together? I said, no. The reason we came together, the Southwest governors on Monday, is to review the situation, what is happening in their own sphere of influence, which is the western part of the country. And you could see that political considerations was put aside when they all came together. One of the things they've done successfully in this part of Nigeria, in Western Nigeria, is that when it comes to issue of common interest for the region, they ensure that political consideration is put in abeyance. So what they did on Monday was to review the situation and then try to see how we can upscale. Don't forget that whatever we try to do security-wise, we still operate within a federal structure. And unfortunately, our federal system still puts a bit of roadblocks on some of the things that they might have done, because you said you covered our meeting in 2019. Part of what was agreed before Amoteco took off was that states will buy drones, as an example. It was part of what they agreed then. But in fact, but me and you know that to even operate drones, the NSA, National Security Advisor, must give the approval. And part of what has hamstrung our states in providing that was the refusal of NSA over time to give the operating license to do drones. So it's not that they don't have the will, but at times it is our federal structure that has impeded some of the things they want to do. Look at even carrying guns as an example. Up till now, our Amoteco, which is 6 years old next year, the laws don't allow us to carry sophisticated weapons. But despite that, the governors came together on Monday and said, look, even if we are not going to carry guns, can we use technology to still protect our people? So and if you look at the communique, some of the things they agreed on is the setting up of and increase the use of technology in protecting our people, not just relying on guns alone. So I don't want us to say that, maybe there's no political will. So our federal structure has put a lot of roadblocks along the way.
All right, let's talk about, it's a 10 paragraph or so, but of interest, which is of immediate importance, will be this forest surveillance. Maybe you help us understand how critical this is, because I'd like to read exactly what the governors said in the communique. The governors reaffirmed their collective commitment to reclaiming the forest and ensuring these spaces no longer serve as safe corridors for banditry, kidnapping, and any form of criminal activities. That means things are really bad, and this has to be as quickly as possible. You've maybe listed some kind of bottlenecks at the federal level. Pending when that is resolved, what is being muted as quick action to be able to protect the people and protect these forests from all of these elements that are bent on destabilizing the state and the region? In addition to that, the issue of illegal mining as well. I'd like you to speak to it.
I mean, thank you. I mean, you can see that the Oyo State Governor, His Excellency Seyi Makinde, recently was in China, where he went to inspect the surveillance planes that Oyo State government bought. Now, the planes basically are going to be used to cover the forest areas of Oyo in particular. And if it covers Oyo, you can be assured that it will also maybe dovetail into covering parts of the forest in Ogun State. You see, over time, we've run away from the truth as a country. We all know what the problems are, but maybe because of the way we've been put together as a country, we are looking at sensibilities and trying not to do the right things. But unfortunately, the chickens are finally come home to roost, and we now see that the challenges we are facing needs every type of solution. And part of the solutions the governors are looking at is ensuring that our forests are free of miscreants and bandits, or whatever you want to call them. And the only way we can do this is to apply technology. Our forests are not as thick as the Amazon in Brazil, but you'll be surprised that even in the Amazon, they have surveillance planes and technology that allows them to see deep into the forest. So what our governors have decided that, look, we need to take the bull by the horn. We're not going to wait forever. I want to assume anyway that the NSA will not be putting roadblocks anymore on their part. But Oyo State has done that. The other states too have now resolved that they too will have to get some drones or any technology that they can apply to monitor the forest. And one of the things that we're also doing, if you look at Ekiti State, they even went as far as engaging agro rangers. The agro rangers are an Amotekun wing that operates in the Ekiti forest. And by and large, they have succeeded in reducing the issues of farmer herder crisis by ensuring that only those who need to operate, I mean, indeed, I mean, the late Akeredolu said that anyways, a few years ago, that, look, how many people live in the forest? You shouldn't even be living in the forest in the first place. So what we are trying to do now is that we know that the forest are there are quite a lot of untoward and people who you can't even verify what they're doing there. They live in there, and the states are saying, we'll work with the federal government. And that's why if you look at the communique, they said they welcome the setting up of the forest rangers by the federal government, which I'm sure is about to take off. And they then emphasized, and I don't want us to miss that in the communique, that the states will recruit for these federal forest guards. Why was that emphasized? You cannot go and bring someone from another part of the country to come and guard the forests in my own parts. And the reason is simple. If the local people will know their forest better than just trying to turn it into another arm of police. So they were very specific that yes, the support, the setting up of forest rangers, but the recruitment will be done by the states. Again, it's part of being proactive. We shouldn't wait until we have a big incident. Now, you also talked of mining, illegal mining. It is a big issue in Southwest. Apart from the fact that it's part of what is fueling this insecurity, because people are coming in from several parts of the world coming to do mining don't forget that mining is under federal government, so they still have to go and get a license from the federal government. But more importantly, what we are now trying to do is say, look, you are even destroying the environment. You need to go to parts of Osun State in the Ijesha land as an example and see the destruction there. So with the government of President Tinubu trying to put measures in place, the states here, within their own power, again, I will go back to the federal structure that we operate, that grants so much powers to the federal government who are totally controlling even the mineral resources. But the little the states can do, they will do it to ensure that our people are safe and the environment is not further degraded.
Mr. Seyi, we are absolutely pressed for time. I'm glad you've mentioned Osun State, because people who come from Osun State are even concerned why their governor was not there at that very, very essential meeting. But we must leave it here and hope that their demands or their resolutions, they will indeed get to act on it, the call for state policing and all of that, and perhaps if that will put an end to these attacks. But most anchor here, Chairman Development Agenda for Western Nigeria, Mr. Seyi Oyeleye. Thank you indeed, as always, for talking to us.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
All right, and with that conversation, we round off the morning brief. Thank you indeed for being on the other side of things and, of course, always joining us here on the program. It's a bright day from Lagos, Nigeria. I am Kelly Giga, and we're urging you to stick around here on Channels TV. Sunrise Daily is next.
I'm Jeffrey. I'll catch you at midday on Lunchtime Politics. Bye-bye.